So this is now 3 days after the last day of my freediving course. Um, it was good. It was really good. And the same thing happened again. So we took the boat out to the west part of the island, and the boat sets up on a buoy, and then they drop a line into the water, and everything flows away down the current. And on the line there are these floaties, these buoys, these big red buoys. Um, and we get into the water, and we've already done 12 meters the day before. So today was going to be going down to 21 meters. So it was the final day. 21 meters is the depth. 9 meters more than the day before. Um, and the guy sets up the buoy, and the instructors holds onto the line, and then he just releases it, and he holds onto the weights, and he just disappears down into the depths. Oh god, that's kind of scary actually. It's deep. Like 21 meters is deep down, if you're going to do it on one breath. And we did do it on one breath. That's what freediving is. There were a bunch of failures. I mean, the first dive, I went down to 19 meters. And there's two ways of doing it. You have the line goes down into the deep, and you can hold the line, and you can pull yourself down it. So basically, you go face forward, or you go face up, but you're pulling yourself down the line. So if you imagine the line going, if you imagine I'm going head first, deep. So that's deep, and that's the sky, or that's the surface of the sea, and the line is coming straight past you with the weights up there, and I'm going head first. You kind of grab, and then you pull, and you equalize as you go down. Grab, pull, and equalize. And I got down to 90 meters on my first dive, which was really good. It wasn't the 21, but then there were a bunch of failures in between. Not failures, but I didn't quite make it down to 21 meters, and it got worse and worse. It was like down to 19, and then 17 and 16. The thing that surprised me was that I never stopped before getting to 12 meters, which was the previous day's best. And that was very impressive to me, that I always went past 12 meters, even though I really wanted to breathe even before getting to 12 meters, or there was at least a little bit of a bite in your lungs that says breathe. And then I was sitting on the surface, I was lying on the surface, and things felt a little bit weird. I remember leaning back, and I felt a bit dizzy, and I closed my eyes, and the world started to spin, and I was wondering if I should or shouldn't go down for the last dive. And I had a ringing in my left ear as well, and it was, no pain or anything. It was just a ringing in my left ear. And I decided to do the last dive, and I was incredibly relaxed. I mean, that's That's the whole thing about, like I said on the previous video, is being relaxed, using less oxygen than you need, as little oxygen as you possibly can use. And I was handing over, and my instructor came with me, and he was just watching me, and I was just going, and I was using these big, long pulls, so right up high, and you pull all the way through, and it was really good. So like up and just like that. And he waved at me, and I looked at him, and all of a sudden the weights arrived. And I'd made 21 meters. So I turned around and I looked at him, like I took a second to sort of appreciate it. And then I went back up again with a smile on my face all the way. So I made 21 meters. It was really, really good. And your lungs are just screaming at you to breathe, but you know, and I was getting contractions, and I'm not going to lie. I mean, you know, your dive reflex, your body knows you're in water, so it's not going to allow you to breathe, even if you are in water and your body's asking you to breathe. You're not allowed to breathe because your body doesn't let you breathe. And so you're going up, and your body's going breathe, and then you start getting contractions, which is like a hiccup in the diaphragm, and that's pretty scary. I mean, that's pretty scary when your body is making a real effort to try and breathe by hiccuping and trying getting air in. That can be quite scary. But as I said before, your body's trying to make you breathe a lot longer before you actually need to breathe than you really need to breathe. So its priority is to get you air, and it's trying to get you to air as quickly as it can so that you have time. But if you know that this is happening, you can survive this type of contraction situation a lot longer. And I got to the surface and everything was great. The reason this video is so late is because the last 3 days I've been actually really, really dizzy. And what I got was a left ear barotrauma, a 2nd degree barotrauma. And that's come from having too much pressure in my left ear, because this ear is slower to equalize. So you're pushing pressure into your ears, both of them at the same time, and this one equalizes first and then pressurizes, and then this one equalizes next. And I've had some inner ear damage. So I've been very dizzy, actually seasick on land. Your life is a fog. Everything is just very foggy. And that's been where I have been for the last 3 days. And it's taken 3 days to get over. And right now I can still feel that my left ear is full. Kind of feels like there's something in there. So the symptoms were, you know, something in the ear, very, very dizzy. If you close your eyes and you hold up your arms, there's like a tendency to the left-hand side or towards the affected ear. And because it's affected balance, it's a 2nd degree barotrauma. So I've had to take ibuprofen and seasick tablets for, you know, being seasick on land. All of which have helped, and now things are getting a lot better. I think it's still a few days. I think it's going to be about a week before I get back to normal. So I've taken an extra week here in the apartment to sort of even myself out before I go traveling some more. But yeah, that was freediving. It's an amazing sport. It's very mental. You're pushing the body further than it would like to go, but you're doing it safely. And it's to me, it was interesting how it kind of, you know, echoes in daily life. I mean, we have fears, and you know, we get scared about things, and we're fearful about things that we, you know, that stop us from going forward and stop us from moving forward in life. So, you know, and that's really the brain kind of making things worse than they really are. And it's a very, very stark demonstration of how you can get over what the brain is telling you. So everyday fears are like, should I apply for that job? Should I, you know, should I approach that woman or that man? You know, should I? And freediving is kind of a way of it's a very stark demonstration that your fears are worse than what's actually going on. So don't be scared. Go out there and do some stuff. And I'll catch you next time.